This is actually the company that invented instant ramen. Japan's self-proclaimed best invention ever. And I don't disagree. I love instant ramen, obviously. Today we're gonna have a showdown. Which is better? A South Korean tonkotsu with black garlic oil, or a Japanese tonkotsu with black garlic oil? This is key to making it taste better. You gotta do this or else you lose a lot of flavor. It's just science. I don't make the rules.
Hello, welcome back to the Ramen Review. My name is Chase, and today we're going to be reviewing my favorite type of ramen, tonkotsu. If you're not familiar with what tonkotsu is a pork-based broth. Typically, anytime I go to a restaurant, especially if it's my first time, I order tonkotsu. Even if it's not my first time, they have other offerings, I'm still more than likely going to get tonkotsu. I mean, if it's a really good joint, I'll try all the different types, your misos and your shios, and all the ones. But today we're focusing on tonkotsu, and more specifically a variant that's very popular with tonkotsu soup is adding black garlic oil. That's also one of my go-tos when I go to a restaurant. If they have a black garlic oil option, I'll typically order that. I might order just a tonkotsu the first time, just without that, just to see the unadulterated tonkotsu broth, the liquid gold, if you will. But today, we're just going to try two instants and compare each other. One coming from Costco. I've heard great things. I've never had it before, but I believe this is sold really heavily in Costco. This is Nongshim, which Nongshim is one of my favorite noodle brands. They're out of South Korea, but they make really good ramen. Probably my favorite instant is Shin by Nongshim. Nongshim, so Nongshim Shin. We'll be doing a review on that coming up soon. We're gonna try the red versus the black. The other is I hope this focuses. The other is a Japanese tonkotsu with black garlic oil. This is from the Nissin brand. You might recognize them as the Cup of Noodle guys, or the Cup of Noodle company. Got that little dude carrying a box with a bowl of ramen in it. Not sure what that's all about. This is probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest. If not, this is actually the company that invented instant ramen. Japan's self-proclaimed
Best invention ever. And I don't disagree. I love instant ramen, obviously.
Today we're gonna have a showdown. Which is better, a South Korean tonkotsu with black garlic oil, or a Japanese tonkotsu with black garlic oil? As you can see, one's going to be in a bowl. This one we're just going to throw water in a microwave. This one we're going to put on the stovetop. I think they both take about 4 minutes to cook, so that will be convenient. In terms of like nutrition facts, they're almost identical. They're both 460 calories for the entire serving. They both have 9 grams of protein. They both have 19 grams of fat. And total carbs, this one has 62, this one has 63. So dollar for dollar, these should be relatively the same in terms of your, again, nutrition facts or what I might be expecting. So it's really just going to come down to the flavor. Again, these ones you can get at Costco, and I know a lot of people who order or buy these regularly. I think it's like $9 for like a 6-pack. These I got on Amazon for, I think, like $12 for a 4-pack. So let's find out what's the best value, or just whichever one's better. Which one should you buy and which one should you try? I just got back from Vegas today. I was out there for like 4 days for a golf tournament. No, I'm not good. I got invited just because. But while I was there, my favorite ramen joint in the entire world is there. So I got to go try that. But I tried to film a video, but it was too loud inside. I did get permission in a advanced date that I can come in before their public opening and do a full review. But go figure, What I always get is a tonkotsu, so that makes that relevant. So that's kind of what inspired today's review. My name's Chase, this is the Ramen Review. If you like anything ramen, instant, restaurants, recipes, add-ons, this is the channel for you because that's all we're going to be doing. I'll be uploading once or twice a week. Hopefully we'll get to more. And if that's your cup of tea, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Click the notification bell so you don't miss any of the uploads. And go ahead and comment below if there's anything you would like to see me try. Let's get slurping some noodles. Let's start with the Nongshim Tonkotsu with black garlic oil. This is a pretty big container, but let's go ahead and see what's inside. As you can see, it's got this chashu and this egg and all these other things on the picture. I'm gonna claim false advertising on this because let's be real, that shit's not in there. Even though I really wish it was. So let's see what's inside the bowl. All right, we've got a tonkotsu ramen soup base. We also have we've got some black garlic oil. Doesn't really look appetizing. And inside we've got ramen, and I can see little like dried veggies, not a whole lot, maybe some green onion, but it doesn't look bad. I'm gonna go ahead and fill this up with water, up to the line, put it in the microwave for 4 minutes. We should be good to go. Let's see what's inside this guy. Need to eat my Wheaties. We've never seen this before, have we? I know I sure haven't. Put this over here for a second. I'm making a mess. We have a soup base and we have a black garlic oil packet. Seems familiar, like something we just talked about 3 seconds ago. Do you ever eat just the dried ramen as a snack? There's actually a snack that's just dried ramen and you just pour the seasoning in it and crush it up and you eat it. It's not bad, but I like soup. And to this point, both of these are soup-based ramens today. No dry noodles, I want my soup. Let's find out what's the best here. Nongshim or Nissin, black garlic oil tonkotsu. Really getting sick of all that false advertising with the chashu and the eggs, and that one looks like it has radish or something. There are garlic cloves, they're garlic cloves on the picture. So we're at least getting some black garlic oil, so it kind of makes it less false advertising. Maybe we could start a class action lawsuit. Are you down? Nah. Now we gotta keep these guys in business. We need these noodles. All right, for real, we're gonna start cooking this time. By the time we come back, there's gonna be piping up bowls of ramen for us to roast our faces off. My gut is very happy that we're taking a break from the spicy noodle challenge stuff. My doctor's gonna be happy with that. I'm not gonna be afraid of tomorrow and what that entails. I'm just really looking forward to eating good ramen. Not saying those other ones weren't good, but the scare factor is gone. Other than if I try to eat both bowls, like I don't typically eat a whole lot. But we don't have to eat them both, right? Or do we? Anyways, I'm Chase. This is the Ramen Review. Let's go. This is what they look like straight out of the microwave and straight off the stove. You can see that the Nongshim has some green onions sliced up in there, maybe a couple other things, where the Nissin Tonkotsu black garlic oil has nothing. We're back. Food's ready. It's steaming hot. And I think we're going to break this up into a couple different things because we're not doing a heat challenge. We can kind of freestyle this as much as we want. I'm going to taste them first without adding the black garlic oil, just the soup bases, to see which one just tastes better in terms of the tonkotsu flavor, and then we'll add the black garlic oil, see if that enhances one or the other. Do the Nissin first. That smells really good. Smells tonkotsu-y. And then we'll do the Nongshim. This is key to making it taste better. You gotta do this or else you lose a lot of flavor. It's just science. I don't make the rules. It doesn't smell nearly as potent as this one did. It's very mild. Damn it. I made a mess again. Of course I did. First, we're just gonna try just with the Tonkotsu soup base. The noodles, these ones look maybe a little thicker than the Nissin. It smells good. It smells pretty. Go with the Nissin. Try not to make any more of a mess than this powder that's all over the countertop. This one looks super artificial compared to this. This one looks like a real bowl of ramen. This kind of has like a neon-ish colorings to it. It doesn't look particularly appetizing. One second. So the Nongshim Shin from Costco kind of has this, it just looks artificial, kind of almost this weird neon color. The broth just kind of looks bland, where the Nissin has that kind of classic Tonkotsu look, kind of the creamy broth. It's not transparent. It kind of has that creamy broth look, and the noodles themselves look like homemade noodles. I'm like, let's go ahead and try the broth first of each to see what just the Tonkotsu flavor tastes like. Tastes okay. Now I gotta cleanse the palate. Let's go ahead and try the Nissin. Again, this looks way more appetizing. It's way better. It's got this richness to it that you expect from a Tonkotsu. It tastes more like a Tonkotsu. Obviously, it still kind of tastes artificial. You can tell that it's not real pork broth that's been boiling in a pot for like 14,000 hours and takes 29 manual labor hours to make. I'm just making shit up. But it is a really hard process. So shout out to all the ramen restaurants who are making their own broth, because it's not easy. I've looked into it. I'll eventually get to it, but not yet. All right, so tasting the broth, favor to the Nissin. Now let's try out the noodles real quick, and then we'll add the black garlic. So I'll do it opposite this time. I'll go with the Nissin first. Noodles are good. They're thin, perfect chewiness. These ones look a little thicker. Again, they just got a weird look. By the way, I still suck at using chopsticks, so if you have any pointers, feel free to comment in the section below and let me know what I'm doing wrong. So disclaimer, on the package this said to microwave for 4 minutes, this said to boil for 3 minutes. I was looking at the packaging after it was done, and it has kind of a scale. 3.5 minutes for al dente, 4 for medium, 4.5 for soft. I went with the 4 just because that's what the package said. I went with the 3 because that's what the package said. These are super overcooked. They're almost mushy, where these are perfect. If I would have went with the 3.5, probably would have been better, but again, I just went with that was on the cover of the package. So next time, if I cook these, or if you're gonna try these, I would recommend the 3.5 because these are borderline mushy. Let's go ahead and add the garlic oil. It looks really oily, not that black. It's like stuck in there. I don't know how I'm gonna get this out. This does not want to move. I don't think chopsticks were invented for this, but if it works, I'll be happy. It really does not want to come out. You shouldn't have to work this hard for instant ramen. God, you see that? Flicking garlic oil everywhere. At this rate, I could have gone to a restaurant and they could have made me a fresh bowl of tonkotsu with black garlic oil. That's as good as I could do on that. It's really disappointing. Hopefully we got enough garlic flavor in here. Let's hurry and do the Nissin. Just gonna learn from my mistakes and just try to make the biggest opening as possible. Guess I should have went the other direction, but this is actually coming out quite nicely. It's a little less oily, it's a little thicker. We're at least getting 90-something% out of it, unlike the other. Just from how hard to get that black garlic oil out, I'm taking a point off of that at least. That's kind of bullshit. When you think instant ramen, you're thinking, oh, I can make this in an instant. At first, let's start with the Nissin Tonkotsu black garlic oil with the black garlic oil. That'll liven it up nicely. Let's try some of the broth. That's really good. All right, let's cleanse the palate real quick. Nongshim. These noodles are getting really mushy. I can tell just by trying to push this spoon in. It tastes okay. Again, it has a really artificial flavor. Let's try the noodles though. Again, I could tell just by pushing that spoon in there that the noodles are getting even more mushy. No sugar coating it. The Nissin Tonkotsu black garlic oil is hands down the winner. That's not even close. I don't want to eat this ever again. It's really not good. And just look at those noodles. That looks more natural. Something you'd get at a restaurant with that nude pole. Kind of slinky, firm. They're actually holding some of the sauce. Broth, not sauce. These, it's just like this conjoined jelly noodle mess. This weird color. They just break apart because they're just turning into mush. Even if I cook the noodles 3.5 instead of 4, the flavor is still just not good. I don't know how to describe it. The noodles are almost slimy. Slimy is the word. Or these are, and you can tell they're not quite homemade, but they got some bounce to them. They're not falling apart. I'm so disappointed with this Costco Nongshim brand that I want to try to take it up a notch. When I go out to eat ramen, or anytime I eat ramen, I love spice, if you couldn't tell already. Now, I'm not going to make these insane, and typically when I'm doing reviews, I don't want to add anything. I want to know what they taste like out of the box. But I want to see if I can make these any better. So I'm going to use 2 of the ingredients I use most without really going overboard and using like soft-boiled eggs or chashu or more garlic or whatever it is. So I'm just going to add some Japanese 7 spice. Try to spice it up a little bit. I'm going to do it to both so we have a fair comparison. And we're also going to use just a little bit of chili oil. See if we can bring these noodles to life. Again, these don't really need anything. I just like spice. Well, let's see if we can salvage this gooey mess. See if that makes it any better. Oh, it just looks horrible. It definitely helps, but you still have the shitty noodles. You can't really make up for that. All right, we're getting some of that red color in here that I like. Again, this looks way more natural than these radioactive noodles that I do not recommend. All right. Yeah, that just took that up a notch. This is really good. Again, I'm not going to choose my ratings based off of being able to add things on, but it did level up both. But we're sticking with the original minus the Japanese 7 spice and the chili oil. I want to try the broth again now that we just got the spice in there. See how spicy it really is. That is really good for being instant ramen. This just does not look appetizing. Again, it kind of masks the artificial flavor. Like in terms of the broth, that definitely helped. But those noodles are unsalvageable. They're really not good. I'm really disappointed because I know these sell really well in Costco. Did you see that? I kind of feel bad for the people. If they knew what really good instant ramen was, they'd know there's better options. But Nongshim, this brand, makes my favorite instant noodles. So I'm really surprised to see how poor quality and taste and all the things this is. If I had to choose a desert island ramen, it would probably be like the Nongshim red or black. Probably the red just because it's a little spicier. But if you stuck me on an island with these, it wouldn't last very long. I'd probably rather eat sand. I don't get it. Maybe it's because they're just trying to mass produce these for Costco and the quality assurance team just said, fuck it. Let's just get whatever we can out the door. These could be a potential for a desert island noodle. That noodle is some of the best you can find in terms of instant ramen, just in terms of texture, quality, and bounce. I will say I'm not the biggest fan of the way either of these have executed the black garlic oil. You get the oil, you get the black, you kind of get a garlic taste. It just kind of adds a new layer of artificial flavorness. That's a word. It's crazy to feel and taste the difference between these noodles. You would say, yeah, that's high quality. To these, where you're like, it's just mush. Like, I don't know, they're just falling apart. I just found something in here. I don't know what it is. Oh, looks like a sliver of garlic. It tastes like nothing. Styrofoamy texture, which is not great. So we've had the Nongshim Tonkotsu black garlic, and we've had the Nissin South Korean Japanese. Again, I really like this brand, the Nongshim, but this fell way below the mark that I was expecting. Nissin, you're kind of associating with like cup of noodles. You don't have that high of expectations. This tasted really premium. They both kind of brand these specific Tonkotsu black garlic oil as their premium offerings. This did not taste premium. This tasted like they just needed to make something and get it out the door to fulfill Costco orders. This actually tasted premium for an instant noodle. You could dress this up and fool some folks and make them think that this is like actually from a ramen shop. Out of 10, I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 4. The Nongshim Shin Tonkotsu black garlic oil from Costco, 4 out of 10. Noodles are mushy, flavor is super artificial. It took chili oil and 7 spice to even get it halfway tolerable to eat. This was great right out of the box. Again, I'm basing these scores without the add-ons. This is just out of the box with the black oil, garlic, and the soup base and the noodles. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 7 out of 10. It's really good. I could eat this often. Shouldn't, but I could and I would. So there you have it, folks. If you're trying to find the best Tonkotsu black garlic oil instant ramen, this is your brand. The Nissin Ramen Tonkotsu black garlic oil. I highly recommend it. And that does it for today. If you enjoy this type of content, if you love ramen as much as I do, go ahead and click that subscribe button because that's all I'm going to be posting about. Whether it's restaurants, instant, add-ons, recipes, you name it, that's all I'm going to be doing. Feel free to click that notification bell so you don't miss any of those uploads. Uploading once to twice per week. And comment below if there's anything you would like me to try ramen related. Whether it's a restaurant or an instant or a recipe or some types of add-ons like the way you like to make ramen eggs or some weird thing that you created that would be interesting to try. I don't know what that might be. Don't make it too weird. But anyways, I'm Chase from the Ramen Review. Thank you so much. Until next time.